Hi guys, and welcome to the Ace Tanker for the Type 95, the Tier 4 Japanese heavy tank, as I start on my trip up the Japanese heavies. And this is an absolutely horrible tank. I'm sure a lot of you have played it already, but yeah, I didn't enjoy my time in this tank very much. It is incredibly slow, so it's very, very situational, especially on big open maps. Suffers all the problems slow tanks do. Can't get into position, can't get out of position, can't run away. But the other problems this tank has is it has absolutely no armor. For a heavy tank, the strongest armor on this tank is only 35 millimeters thick. So a lot of the tanks, in fact most of the tanks that are facing you, should be able to pen you. So slow, no armor, and the gun was a huge letdown on this tank as well. It's got the final gun on this tank only has 70 millimeters of penetration, 110 damage. Now when you consider that you're going to be facing tier 5s in this tank and you're going to be taking on tanks like the KV-1, yeah, the penetration on the gun is absolutely terrible. Not only is the penetration terrible, the accuracy, the aim time, the shell velocity, the shell trajectory, they're all bad. Really, it's a horrible little tank. The premium ammo gets you up to 100 millimeters of penetration, which is okay, and the HE is actually okay on this tank, especially when you're fighting lower tier tanks that you can pen with the HE, so you get 38 millimeters of penetration, 175 damage with HE. So I think the HE is probably the best thing about this tank, but even that's going to struggle against tier 5s. Now, I keep on mentioning tier 5s because one of the biggest strengths this tank has is the fact it's a regular tank in-game, but it gets special matchmaking. So the Type 95 never sees tier 6s. Just make sure you don't platoon at tier 4 in this tank, because you're not supposed to see tier 6s in it. It will only see tier 5s at the most. So going into this game here on Ruinberg, I wasn't having the best of feelings because loading into the game, I was checking out our teams and I noticed that our team was extremely inexperienced. Only 3 players on our team had any sort of experience. The rest of our team had less than 1,000 games played compared to the enemy team, and quite a lot of the enemy team were pretty experienced. Most of them have well over 1,000 games played. So yeah, I wasn't putting a lot of faith in my team going into this game, but we're gonna go. And it was after a couple of losses, actually. I'd lost a couple of games in the T95 prior to this game, so really didn't have my hopes up for anything else because I'm not enjoying the tank. And I think it needs quite favourable matchmaking. Now, I'm not complaining I'm top tier, that's not bad, but really, I'm looking at our team, I'm already glancing at our team, and I'm already having second thoughts because our entire team are congregating in the middle, not even going up to crossroads, they're all sitting in the middle of the map, and we're sending at most 4 tanks into town, and one of them is a stock Lux. So I'm actually outpacing the Lux at the moment. That's how stock this guy is. If that guy had been fully upgraded, what a matchup it would have been for the Lux. But I decided to go into town with this Matilda while the rest of her team congregate in the middle. And I'm not having good feelings. But yeah, big tank. The tank was just a huge letdown. I think it's a horrible little tank. Now, I've recently started playing the M3 Lee, and what I will say is this is probably better than the M3 Lee. But, yeah, we've just bounced a shot. T70 decides to go for a friendly shot on the rear of my tank. I don't know why, but luckily it bounces. But, okay, nothing here, no enemy tanks moving up. We're just going to keep advancing, and from what we've seen so far, not many enemy tanks in town. I decided to take a shortcut. As you can see, we're struggling to get over 22 kilometers an hour here, and this is favorable ground. So Matilda's in the middle. Just going to advance. Now, there's no arty in this game, and we've already gotten 3 kills, so our team are actually doing okay. Enemy Type 95 appears. Electo in the middle, just wondering if I have any shots on this Electo, but... So, I know my standard AP, 70 millimeters of penetration, should have more than enough to go through this Type 95, so we get one shot in, just poking. He manages to get me again. Not giving him much to shoot at. You can see that the turret is mounted quite far back on this tank, so you do have to expose a little bit of the front of your tank when working corners. That's why he got a shot in, but... Yeah, okay, we're up to 350 damage there. Enemy Type 95 is down. Just wondering if the Electo is advancing. You can see how looping the shell is here. Shell velocity and shell trajectory very, very poor. AMX-38 don't have much to shoot at here. But we've lost the we've lost the 9-0 line, so I'm just going to go on on the attack, I should say. Need to attack because the enemy team are going to be coming around and flanking us, so we can get a shot into the AMX. This guy's completely ignoring me. So there's our first kill of the game. Grant is moving across. And, terrible shot there, just misjudging the shell velocity. But we do have enough penetration to go through the front of a Grant. And now I've got to turn around because the enemy team have won the 9-0 lines, so starting to advance down through the middle. But yeah, it's very, very slow to react. This is one of the problems with slow tanks. I did want to move up and support our Matilda, but he dies. So I decide I'm just going to set up here and set up an ambush for tanks moving down the F line. And I'm wondering where they are. Are they sitting back and sniping, or are they actually advancing? So I'm starting to lose patience here. Oh, okay. Panzer 4D managed to get one shot in. Now he is a one-hit kill. And he advances for some reason, but okay, not complaining. There's kill number 3. Now we did get up to 99% cap, and then it's reset. I don't know whether someone drove out a cap or whether or not the enemy team reset, but 99% cap, and all of a sudden it's reset. So if it hadn't been reset and we had capped out, this wouldn't have been an ace tanker. I've switched to premium ammo to deal with the Matildas. So 2 nice shots in. You can see how slow this gun fires, the shell velocity. But we do take out a Matilda with premium ammo. And now an Electo appears to my left. Is he going to advance? Not sure if this guy's going to advance. It's been a while since I watched this game. Haven't watched it since playing it. But I know 3 tanks would still last spotted down in the middle, on the middle road. So just pushing forward, trying to get spots. Electo goes down. Oh, and Samoa has appeared. So we can go through the front of the Samoa with standard AP. And I take a couple of shots in return. That guy has got a very, very good rate of fire. Just trying to poke, get shots, and we're hitting the wall. Don't understand how we're hitting the wall there. I think it's where the gun is mounted on the turret, so... Lux is down there as well, firing blind through the bushes, so I figure he's over there somewhere. Go for a couple of blind shots. So we're bouncing the Lux, wondering if the Panzer S-35 is still there, and then the Matilda appears, and this gun, oh, it's just so derpy, so derpy. So I'm on 215 health. Now this is actually another bonus for this tank, I suppose, is the not only does it get special matchmaking, but it also gets quite a lot of hit points. 430 hit points at tier 4 is actually very, very good. Now I get stuck on some rubble here. Oh, come on. Yeah, you can see how often I use this position, but we're trying to go hull down because the turret armor on this tank isn't too bad. And the Matilda decides not to advance, so... We're actually losing. We've been losing for quite a while. It's 2 versus 3 at the moment. I'm on 4 kills, 1400 damage. Samoa S-35 decided to flank, so we get into cover very, very quickly. Gonna be doing some reverse side scraping here. And I've switched to premium ammo because I'm not messing around. So we take him out. Just a Matilda up here, he's on low health. It looks like our Matilda is tearing up to pieces, so there we go. It is, I'm on 5 kills now, just 1 enemy tank left. It's a Lux. Now, I did mean to switch back to regular AP. There we go, back to regular AP. Trying to shoot in the move. This guy's now penning me, but stop, aim, take him out for kill number 6. And there is Top Gun. So yeah, first ace on the Type 95 Heavy. I think I played one more game, maybe two more games in this tank in order to unlock the OI Experimental. And I sold this tank as soon as I did because it's not worth keeping. Yeah, it gets a lot of hit points, it gets special matchmaking, it never sees tier 6s, and the gun depression is okay on the tank, but that's pretty much it. I think the armor is terrible, it's slow, it's unmaneuverable, and the gun handling, absolutely terrible. Penetration on the gun isn't very good either. No reason to keep this tank, absolutely hated my time in it, so happy it's done and dusted. But as well as the ace, we picked up high caliber, picked up Top Gun, finished top on XP with 1223, 1850 damage done and 6 kills. So I can't complain. Much better result than I was expecting when I was when I was logging into that game. We had a very inexperienced team, but thankfully the Type 95 Heavy held up. We fired 34, hit 21. As I say, I hate the gun, hate the accuracy, hate the aim time, hate the shell velocity and the shell trajectory, but yeah, it did okay. 21 out of 34 and 19 penetrations, but I did have to fire, I think it was 5 premium rounds in that game, maybe 4, can't remember. But yeah, damage was alright. Spotted 1, damaged 7, destroyed 6, did 81 assistance damage, and finished up with 18,000, almost 19,000 credits with a premium account, even though we did fire a couple of premium rounds in there. But no apologies, the gun only has 70 millimeters of penetration. So yeah, first game, our first win of the day, I should say. I played a couple of games prior to this one and actually lost them, but finished up with 3,670 XP, and as I said, I think I needed one more game, maybe 2 more games to unlock the OI Experimental, so happy I did that and happy I sold the Type 95 Heavy. I really don't like this tank, guys, but as per usual, I'm sure someone out there enjoys playing it. Anyhow, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.